Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today we are doing a full face of Do I Regret Buying It affordable edition, because a couple of weeks ago I did the same concept of video but with higher end products, and I thought, you know what, with affordable products it's a bit more easier to kind of be like, okay, I spent a couple of pounds on this and I didn't enjoy it. But to be honest, money is money. And even though a lot of these products are, when you think about it, they're at least under £20. There's one thing that's definitely under £20 and a couple of things that are under £10. But I wanted to kind of put them together in a video and see, do I regret buying it? So the first thing that I have is a foundation. So this is the Rimmel Kind and Free Moisturizing Skin Tint Foundation. It's a mouthful, but basically I didn't actually pick this up from like Boots or Superdrug, whatever. I got this from like a third party website called Beauty Boxes by Tammy. So I mentioned them quite a few times because I buy a lot of the kind of overseas stuff that you can't really get here, but they had this at a really affordable price. So I think I got it for about maybe like £3-4, and normally this is like £10.99. So essentially I don't want to talk about how much I kind of spent, but about like, was it worth buying it? So I have used this a couple of times, and I can say that what shade is this? This is in the shade 10 Rose Ivory. So this was technically one of the only shades that they had left on the website, and I thought, you know what, I really want to try out this kind of foundation because I've heard very good things, especially Rimmel. They've been a brand that I haven't tried much of, and they're a brand that I really, really want to try. But is it worth kind of getting a skin tint for someone who has very sensitive, problematic, I don't know if it is problematic skin, but very sensitive and very kind of frustrating skin? Do I regret kind of buying this, even though I actually got it at a more affordable price? But I mean, again, I haven't used this in a while, and I know that summer is coming up. Well, I guess the spring is technically here in London, but it's still a little bit kind of cloudy and kind of gloomy at the moment, especially today. But I mean, I'm not going to be wanting to use like full coverage foundations when it gets to the summer, because I don't tend to do very well in the summer, neither does my skin. So I think for me, I would probably have to use like a skin tint, or maybe like a type of serum. But I've put this on like a couple of layers and it doesn't really give me much. So I'm kind of thinking this doesn't do much for me. So do I regret buying it? I mean, I kind of regret, like, not picking it up is a bad idea, but I think I don't feel like it does much for me, and especially for skin tints. Like, I mentioned this so many times, but the Maybelline skin tint, the one in the pipette bottle, is one of the best like foundations I've ever tried. I kind of tend to call that more like a full coverage kind of foundation, as opposed to like a skin tint, because there's so many skin tints that I'm trying now. I just don't think they do much for me. So for this, I'm going to have to unfortunately say it's a bit of a regret, because you can tell it doesn't really do a lot for me. I mean, you can definitely tell like I have something on, but I don't feel like this is it for me. So let's go on to concealer, and this is quite a new item, but I've still kind of, umming if I should have bought it. So it's the NYX Pro Fix Stick. So again, these are very new. This is in the shade For Light. So they came out with a variety of correcting sticks and also concealer sticks as well. I do feel like this is slightly dry, but I did purchase it. Where did I get it? I think I got it in Boots and it was like £10.99 or something like that. I could be wrong, but for me, I've always been a really big fan of NYX as like a makeup brand. They do some really great products, and I know last year they did send me PR and stuff, which was freaking amazing. One of the craziest things, but I've always given like my true thoughts on how I feel about things, because like you still need to talk truly about things. And I think this is a product that I kind of need to try a little bit more, and I don't think using this skin tint is probably the best, if that makes any sense, like a best example. But in any previous videos that I have used this in, I feel like it does a pretty decent job. It's meant to be, I think it's meant to be full coverage. I can't remember much about it, but I haven't tried any of the color correcting ones because I don't really tend to color correct because I don't really know what I'm doing. All I know is that green would work for me and that's about it. But I mean, in some senses, I don't regret buying it because I know it will work with certain foundations. But I think using it today is probably not the best idea. So I kind of was just picking things kind of at random through my collection because I was like, I haven't tried this in a while. Is it because I don't like it? Is it because I generally have other things to try? So let's go on with a cream blush. So this is a brand that I really want to try a lot more of, but I just haven't had an opportunity to get a lot more things. So this is by Sosu, and this is basically their cream blusher. I actually stabbed my nail in it before I started the video, which is delightful. This is in the shade Blush Rose, and I got this from Beauty Bay because I picked this up part of like a big discount. I think it was like you get this and you get a sponge part of a set. And I was like, you know what, it's the perfect opportunity for me to try this. And it's actually very peach toned. So I kind of feel like this might not have been the best shade for me to get. But at the time, I don't think there was many shades that kind of were on the sale. And I was like, you know what? I like trying different style of blushes. Let's give this a go. And because I haven't used this in a while, I've kind of forgotten what it kind of looks like. So I'm just kind of building this up slightly. And again, because my foundation isn't the best coverage today, it might not show up the best, but you can still definitely see like the tone of it. And I feel like I don't actually remember how much I got this for, but you get a lot of product in here, and the fact that you get a sponge as well. I don't know if they still do kind of this bundle on Beauty Bay, but like I previously have purchased like a lip liner and it's super creamy, it's super duper nice. And I think with this, I do like the formula. I just should have got like a different shade because it tends to just blend. Again, I don't think kind of like this peach tone is my shade. So I mean, I don't regret buying it because I like the style of the product, and I like the kind of cream product and stuff like that. I just think the shade is not for me. So let's go on to a setting powder or slash powder foundation. So this is the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour. I don't understand why so many people like this. I did not like it very much. So when I first got it, I just used it as a foundation by itself because I wanted to see what it's like. And I feel like obviously this is a mattifying powder foundation. I haven't used many powder foundations in my life because I know that a lot of them won't give me much coverage. And to be honest, this does not do it as well. I think the reason that I purchased it, because I think Sophia's Life had reviewed it and it looked really, really nice. And I thought, oh, let me give it a try because it looked really nice on her. I know she has very different skin than I do. And obviously she uses lots of different lighting and stuff like that. But then I'm always up for trying new things when it comes to makeup because I just want to use wherever I can. I enjoy purchasing makeup essentially. But then when it comes to something like this, I really don't feel like it kind of has done me any justice. And what I tend to do is use it on top of another foundation, which is essentially what I'm doing today. But I feel like this doesn't really do anything for me. And when I used it by itself, I did not like it. And again, I feel like it might not have been the best thing for someone of my skin type to use because it's very, very drying. And at the time, I felt like it didn't do much for me. And although I really love Maybelline because, again, I mentioned their skin tint that I really love.
I actually want to apologise for the sound because my microphone has just died and I just want to continue the video because we're almost done basically. So let's go on to highlighter, and this is by Rimmel. Again, this is not me trying to put Rimmel down or anything, but you know what, this product is actually amazing and I haven't used it in a while, and I just want to say that I definitely don't regret buying this. This is the highlight, so this is the highlighting powder, and it has been a while since I've used it, but I haven't really purchased like a new highlighter or anything in a while because there just really hasn't been anything that I wanted to try. But when I purchased this, I straight away saw how gorgeous it is, and I know this is probably not the best lighting to see it. But if you really want like an affordable highlighter that is gonna just be out of this world, I really recommend this. And of course I don't regret buying it because I feel like this is one of the best highlighters out there at the moment. So let's go on to eyes. And there were so many different palettes that I wanted to talk about because the eyeshadow palette world is so just oversaturated. But there's a brand that I've been enjoying quite a bit, and it's Cosmic Brushes, and this is their Muse palette. So when this first came out, I wasn't able to get it when it first launched, because at the time that's when everyone was just becoming obsessed with this brand. So I unfortunately wasn't able to get it, but I had to wait for their stocking of it. And this is the inside of the palette in case you haven't seen it. It's been out for a good chunk of like less than a year, I believe, but I just wanted to kind of use it today because it's been a while since I've used it. And quality wise, I mean, I want to use it without an eyeshadow primer, so I just want to kind of be like, do I regret buying it? Was it worth the wait at the time of me getting it? So yeah, I just thought I would just use this today because it was the closest thing, and I was just like, haven't used this in a while, so let's just kind of like test it out. I don't know what type of look I want to do because I have some interesting colours after that I want to use, but I might try and do something quite just like soft as opposed to being quite bright, because it is a very colourful palette. So I might just go in with Petal, which is a shade that I use all the time when I use this palette because it's just a really nice kind of like peachy pink tone. So I'm just going to get this on all over my lid. That's gone on beautifully. I mean, I know what this palette is about, and I mean, again, I just wanted to use it because again, it's been a while since I have used it, and they, not recently but during Christmas, they came out with their blue palette, which I really want to get, and they recently have done a restock of it, but I'm holding off on getting it because I don't think it's a limited edition, but if they end up saying it is limited edition, I might buy it. So next I think we'll probably just go in with Sweet Pea, which is kind of a pinky tone, which is not really something that I tend to go for, but I want to just use it today because again, I want my eyes to be quite soft compared to what my lips are going to be. Okay, so now we're probably just going to go in with Muse, which is their pink shimmer, and I don't believe I've tried this shade before, so I'm going to try with a brush, and then I tend to I'll test out what the brush is like, and then I'll go in with a finger because I feel like that will just do better justice. So we'll just do that now. And again, pink is not my shade to go for, but today is totally fine. I'm just going to go in my inner corner, and I think Antique is going to be the best to go for. I always use it as an inner corner shade because it's kind of like a foil duochrome, and it's stunning. So this is again very subtle than what I would normally go for, but I have two purple items that I'm gonna use now. But yeah, this palette, I mean, of all the Cosmic brushes kind of like palettes that I have, I think I own 3 or 4 now, like the Gothic one and this one and the Rose one, and I don't know, have I got Serenity? I can't remember, but no, I do not regret buying these. I absolutely love these palettes, and again, the blue one is on my wish list. Yeah, we'll get there one day. But then let's go in with a mascara. So a lot of people comment on my videos saying that I don't wear a lot of mascara, and it's more of a personal choice as opposed to just not being bothered, because I don't really wear a lot of mascara, and especially with these makeup looks I tend to take them off straight away. But mascara that I do have is by Glisten Cosmetics, and this is their purple one. So this is in the shade purple, and this is their Spectra Lash, and I picked this up on their website a couple of months ago, and when I first got it I didn't really enjoy it because I don't feel like it did a lot for my lashes, but I'm going to give it another go because mascaras and everything need another chance. And this is the purple shade, and that's why I don't want to go like too heavy on the eyes, because the palette does have a couple of purple shades. I just don't want anything kind of too purpley today. Like, purple is not the look I'm kind of going for, but this is not showing up. I don't know if this is dried out. I haven't I mean, when I'm saying I haven't used it in a while, it's not like it's been a year. It's been literally like a few months, so it shouldn't really dry out. This is not happening. This is a bit odd because this brand have never like done anything to kind of not make me like just find a bit weird, but this mascara has dried out and this is not working, and I don't know if I should spritz any water in there or anything. Like, I'm putting it on my hand and there's nothing. This is dried out. This is going to go in the bin. Okay, do I regret buying this? Yes, because even though I didn't spend that much money on it, because I mean I still spent money on this, it's dried out, and I always keep everything closed, so that's going to go in the bin. Sorry Glisten, not that they'll watch my videos or anything, but that's just that's a massive disappointment. That is like ridiculous. Okay, let's go on to lips. So this is by Colourpop, and I've not used these in so long. This is their lippy sticks. This is in the shade Orchids, and I used this to death when I first got it because I absolutely just am obsessed with like weird colours, and this is a big deep purple, and I recently am doing like a kind of declutter without filming it and stuff, just stuff that I really want to get rid of, and I thought like I really just want to keep this to kind of give it a go. So let's get this on. Okay, so I mean, I personally haven't purchased anything from Colourpop in a really long time, and the main reason is because they haven't really gotten anything, they haven't released anything that I feel like is worth like the shipping and the kind of overloading of buying, because the shipping is not cheap when it comes to the UK. And I mean, back in the day when I had purchased things, I've always bought so many different things, and these lippy sticks are really good quality. I mean, they do not last the longest, but that's only because if you're constantly eating or drinking stuff, they will transfer. But I really enjoy their lippy sticks, so I don't regret buying these. There's a couple of their kind of like lip tint, not lip tints, but they're kind of like lip glosses and stuff that I've purchased. I don't like those at all, but these are so freaking good. So this is my finished look, and I told you guys I was doing something a little bit different today, but I really like how everything's kind of come together. Even the foundation, again, even though I do not like it as much, I feel like it's kind of worked nicely and it has hidden some of my redness. But these type of videos I actually really enjoy making because it makes me think like to stop wasting my money, which I am obviously now doing. But yeah, let me know if you've kind of got any of these products, if you regret buying them, you're not really too sure about them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this type of video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there, and appreciate you sitting down, listen to me ramble on. Bye bye.